He couldn't help but want to press some buttons, but past experiences told him that the woman in front of him was likely a major distraction. Eventually, Cole arrived at the front of the train, ready to put on a passenger interrogation show. He watched every passenger's actions, seeking clues. But until departure, he found nothing, recalling the last explosion to locate the bomb. Finally, he tore through the restroom like a kid in a candy store, only to find the bomb pack in the ventilation duct. Thinking to himself, talk about a case of love, he found a foam bomb, like facing bad takeout, clueless without diffusing skulls. To stop the bad guys from detonating it, Cole, posing as a cop, shouted, "Turn off all electronics." Dealing with defiant passengers, he acted like a gym boss, ready to box them all. But before he could stabilize the situation, a mighty explosion rocked the carriage. Just like last time, he felt like he was about to experience another train reboot challenge. The bang quickened his heart. Memories echoed of yesterday's Afghan mission. Then he was lost in the training sim's time warp. "You've been with us for 2 months. At this point, Cole had no clue, thinking this was a bizarre time travel showcase, filled with question marks. Just what is this simulation? Seeing Cole so bewildered, Godwin had dispelled the beans. This morning, a train in Chicago went boom, and all passengers waved goodbye. They used some mysterious force to send Cole back to the 8 minutes before the explosion, wrapping him up like a kaleidoscope spirit named Zion. Cole wanted to ask more, but Godwin shut him down with the not happening, zapping him back to the train. This time, Cole didn't waste time. Chanting 8-minute plan mentally, took Dina to a safety meeting, ready to initiate passenger screening. Spotting someone sneak out of the restroom, Cole pounced like a cheetah, and when he saw them get off the train, he immediately yelled for Dina to jump. Although Cole's heart was already making secret changes, the woman he crushed on motivated him to save her, and Dina secretly admired Cole. Dina didn't shy away from his kindness, and Cole went solo to chase the mysterious man, asking him why the sudden egg. The guy just said, "I'm dizzy," and was about to leave, so Cole rushed over and started a tug-of-war for the guy's briefcase. Unfortunately, the bag was empty, and the two were locked in disagreement. But then boom, the distant train exploded, and Cole felt something was off and decided to stir the pot. He lunged to check his phone, but crashed into the tracks at Iron Track moment. And then a train roared past, and just like that, the world spun around him. Cole woke up in the cabin again, but unlike before, it felt like he was in an amazing twist of Inception. Now the cabin's powerless, cold as Antarctica. Time for Cole to use his electric WizKid skills. He restored power, saw the screen light up, anxiously called Godwin, but the doctor asked, "Found the killer?" When he heard the term metacode, Cole felt the vibe was off and demanded the doctor to explain in detail. The doctor said, after death, the brain's magnetic field lingers, retaining short-term memory for 8 minutes. In other words, as long as you connect with the metacode, you can dive into the memory world of the last 8 minutes before death. Cole can connect with Sean because they are extremely matched in personality, physique, and elite status. To convince Cole, Godwin pulled up Dina's death report as the cherry on top. Then he told Cole that in real life, the killer had launched a warning, preparing to detonate a second bomb downtown. Countless would be affected. Cole, sensing gravity, dove back into metacode, as if in high school physics. Repeated experiences gave him solid insight into the usual stuff, and Godwin let him know there was a gun stashed in the train's storage room. Cole cautiously watched the conductor below while stealthily probing the door lock. Once he stepped inside, he indeed discovered an iron box containing a gun, with joy blossoming in his heart as he quickly prepared for battle. Once awake, Cole was utterly bewildered, clueless about everything that just happened. Deep down, he understood this was yet another failure. Each death felt like a brotherly bond for Cole, and on the edge of a breakdown, he wanted to call his dad, but Godwin pushed him to finish his task, accidentally spotting a company coin. Cole thought, "This might just be my ace in the hole ready to zap back and find the killer." Suspicion kicked in. He thought he'd better check his own background, hoping to uncover clues, and asked Dina to look up information on himself. Cole's suspicion deepened as he spotted a passenger on the second floor with a medical center insignia on their backpack. Deciding it was time for a chat, he approached with the precious coin, but the dude looked baffled, unable to confirm anything, so Cole hunted down a phone to do some sleuthing himself. Soon he tracked down the metacode company, dialed in, and to his surprise, it went through. The receptionist said they'd get the doctor right over. Just then, Dina strolled up with a serious face, delivering shocking news that hit Cole like a bolt from the blue. He recalled being on the battlefield in Afghanistan 2 days ago. wondering how he could have been dead for 2 months. If he had really died, who was the version of him in the meta code? This barrage left Cole almost unable. The image of Dina before him grew blurry, and the next moment he fainted, realizing he had become a ghost. Everything was but a dream. Godwin bluntly told Cole had died in reality, but his mind remained sharp. So everything around him was just a figment of his imagination. As soon as he hit that note, the cabin morphed into rubble. Only then did Cole accept this reality game. Looking around, Cole's anger flared up. He felt he had been played for a fool all along. If I'm dead already, why is my body still running missions? He was determined to uncover the truth and face his destiny. With that said, Cole stopped overthinking and repeatedly bounced back to the explosion scene, facing one life and death test after. This torture made even Godwin squirm. Just as Cole was about to throw in the towel, the doctor played a recording from Cole's father's memorial, a voice brimming with strength. This moment electrified Cole, and he eagerly asked for a return trip. Armed with countless lessons from previous failures, this time he headed straight for the bomb's location. Gritting his teeth, he yanked out the signal receiving phone. Tracking the number led him to the man outside taking the call, and he noticed that the dude had deliberately left his wallet in the train. Cole thought, now that's a clever plan.